Okay, it says we are live. So, as always, fingers crossed. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I am so happy that it's Friday. It has been a heck of a week this week. Um, a lot of people that I work with are sick. So, unfortunately, we've had a lot of people out at work, and we're just trying to squeak by with the people that we have. So, it's been a really crazy week. But anyways, welcome everybody to my Friday night Stamp and Sip live. I am Michelle Solis from This Must Be Ink, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Seekonk, Massachusetts. So tonight I'm doing something a little bit different. I think I've showcased stamp sets before, but not in a while. So tonight I was going to showcase this stamp set. It's called Feathered Flight, and it's one of my favorites. Hey, Lorraine. Hopefully you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if yes. Anyways, it's one of my favorites because I work for Audubon Society. We love birds. So these are some mallard ducks in this set, and I really love all the images, and the sayings are really nice as well. So I had to do a workshop on Tuesday night. Thank you guys. I had to do a workshop on Tuesday night for Audubon. I did a card workshop there, and I offered 3 cards. So these are the 3 cards that we created with this set. So since I had these done and I had some extra ones cut, I thought I would show you guys all the stamps that are in this set and how we use them in these cards. So everybody grab your favorite beverage as we get started here, and cheers. I'm finishing up my chocolate shop wine. Combines my 2 favorite things, wine and chocolate. Okay, so let's put this up here so we can see. Okay, so I thought the first card that we would do is the first one that I did on Tuesday is this green one here that says, I'm glad you're in my life. So what you're going to need for that one would be a regular card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we've scored it at 4.25, so just scored it in half. And then I've got a piece of designer series paper that is 4 by 5.25. That's just going to be a mat on that card. And then we've got this little piece that I cut out with the deckled rectangles die. But you could make a regular rectangle. So this is 2.5 by 4, this little piece that we're going to use. And then these 2 little shapes I cut out with the Stylish Shapes dies. So just 2 circles that are that one that fits inside the other to create the focal point sentiment thing here. And then I've got another piece that's 4 by 5.25 to go inside. Okay, so the stamps, oh, I forgot to pull out blocks. The stamps that we're going to need for this, and I think all my blocks are still in my case over there, but let's see. So we need the ducks. We need the little floating ducks, Mr. and Mrs. Mallard. And we need these little flying ducks. Okay. And then we just need our sentiment, which is, I'm glad you're in my life. This one right here. Okay. So I thought this would be a nice friendship card, or a card that you could make for a boyfriend, a husband, a daughter. That would be nice also for my daughter. I haven't sent her a card in a while. Alrighty, so we're going to stamp first, and we're going to use this little rectangle and this focal sentiment piece here. I'm using, believe it or not, this paper. It's hard to tell. I really had to look at it closely under the light, because it's so busy, it's hard to tell, but this is Mossy Meadow and Boho Blue in there. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna stamp in Mossy Meadow. And I will do my focal point first here. So I'm going to do my sentiment first so I know where to put my ducks. So we're just going to ink this up with some Mossy Meadow and get that in my circle. And then we'll just get our ducks. Just swim right up there. And I really love this image of the two ducks. Okay, oh, we still need that. All right, so then for the background here, what I did was essentially stamped my own designer series paper using these flying ducks. So we're just going to go straight across, and I did one, and then two, and then I came down in the middle. So kind of like a I don't know, what is that pattern called? Where you kind of offset it. So we'll go 1, 2, and then another one here. And then I just want to fill in these little sections. So we're just going to put the tail end of those guys and the front of that one so that it looks completely full. I might be missing something up there. Let's see how this is going to look. Put that on. Put that here. Yeah, you're going to have some empty space right up here. So we might need a couple other, just the edges of those images to fill up that spot. There we go. So it just doesn't look so naked up there. Oh, was that it? Oh, and inside. Did I have an inside piece? Yes, I'm looking in the wrong card. There we go. So the inside's going to go this way. And what we did was we used the little pond. I forgot about the pond for the inside. And yeah, I don't know what I did with my other blocks. So let's just clean this one off and swap out this stamp for the little pond. So it's nice to have an image inside as well. Kind of carries the theme over to the inside of your card as well. Okay, let's close this up now so I don't make a mess. And then we can just put this together. So we're going to clean these stamps real quick. Okay. If I have inky stamps on my desk, probably I'm going to put my arm in them, so it won't be pretty. All right, then we just need to glue this together, which is very simple. We're just putting the mat on the card front. And this piece of paper was from I want to say the Stippled Roses pack. I think. What was that called? Oh, no, I'm wrong. It's from the Poetic Expressions 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack. And then we're going to put this. Hi, Sharon. How are you tonight? Thanks for joining. And we're going to just put this right in the middle, trying to have an even border all around. Then we're going to pop this one in the middle here. And then this last piece I'm going to pop up with some dimensionals and just give it a little bit of height. There we go. And we're going to put the other piece inside. Okay. Okay. So there you go. The only thing to do is to finish it up with some bling. So I found that I didn't have any Mossy Meadow bling. I did for these cards in my workshop. I went back to some retired bling that is, I think, Evening Evergreen, which I thought looked fine. And I need to use that up. So that's what I used for my workshop. But what I wanted to show you guys tonight is if you don't have the exact color, you can create your color, the bling, the correct color. So these are the Adhesive Back Sparkled Gems. They came in this white or clear, and I used my Mossy Meadow blending pen to just create, I just colored them and created some Mossy Meadow dots to match my card. So we will put those on and we'll get some nice Mossy Meadow sparkle going on here. There we go. So that's it for the first card. That looks really pretty with those little sparkle gems. Okay. All right, so we'll set that one aside. The second one that I did with them was this this one in the brown or the early espresso. This one has the flying image of the bird that we fussy cut, some clouds that we punched. Speaking of that, where's my cloud punch? And then we embossed the background. So let's grab the pieces for that. We're going to need, again, a regular card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Didn't do any fancy folds in this card class. Then I've got the white piece on the front is 4 by 5 1/4. That's the one that we will emboss. I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And then I've got another little piece that we're going to stamp and fussy cut our duck and punch with our cloud punch when I find it. Okay, so you're going to have to excuse me 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. On the other side of the room. Okay, so let's stamp our duck first. I think this is my favorite image in this set, is this flying duck. I love him. And he just barely fits on here. Okay, we're going to stamp him in Early Espresso. Which is also one of my favorite colors. Okay. A nice image with him. And let me just cut him out and punch before I stamp the rest of my card. Okay, so I'm going to just cut him out. Now, what I told everybody in the workshop, because they were all intimidated by cutting him out, is that you've stamped him on white and you're going to put him on a white background. So you don't have to cut him out perfectly because all the background on him is going to be up against a white background and it will just kind of blend in. So really all you're going to see is the duck. So you just have to go around his image, but you don't have to be perfect. And as you're cutting, just rotate your paper. Continue long strokes with your scissors and just move your paper. So you don't have to get too close or in between all of those feathers because that's going to really just blend in. Okay. So see, if we put him here, you don't really even notice the white behind him. Okay. And then we're going to punch out 2 clouds. With our little cloud punch, which I believe is retiring. So if you guys want that cloud punch, now's the time. All right, so then to create this background, we're going again to use the flying birds up in the corner. Really can't see them. There they are. So we're going to have these guys flying. And then we want our thinking of you sentiment. And that's going to go right over here. Okay. When you're embossing a full background like this and you want it to be stamped, you need to stamp first and then emboss. So we stamped, now we're going to emboss with the embossing folder when I find it. Here it is. This is the Into the Clouds embossing folder that we used. Okay, so the clouds are going landscape this way. So we're going to want to put our paper in this way and line it up with this black line so that we know it's straight. And then we'll pop that into the embossing machine, which I'm going to do off camera so it doesn't shake my whole desk. Okay. Well, maybe not. There we go. Okay. There we go. So then we have our embossed piece. Okay. So that is going to go onto our card front. I need a bigger craft room. I've just decided. I mean, I knew I needed a bigger craft room, but now I'm convinced. Okay, we're going to do this upside down. Here we go. So we're going to just put this onto our card front. Again, checking that we have an even border all around. Okay. And then we're going to add our clouds and our duck. One of them I put flat here. And then the other I did with some dimensionals, again, to raise it up and pop it, a little bit of interest there. And we'll go here. And then our duck is kind of flying past the clouds there. So part of him is going to be on this raised cloud. So he can be glued to the cloud here, but the rest of him is going to have to be popped up so he'll be even and he won't be bent. So we're going to put a dimensional behind his wings. Oh, I forgot how we went now. Yep. His wings. And maybe a little one for his head. There we go. But his body here can use some glue so that it will be attached to that cloud. There we go. And that way he's even and he doesn't look like he's at an angle or smushed on the front of the card. Okay, and then we'll just put in our inside mat for our sentiment. And this one we stamped with the flying ducks. So I'll get these little guys. I love these little guys. I think I just like the whole stamp set. Hard to pick a favorite, really. Okay, then it's going inside. Okay, so that's our card. And again, we just need some bling. For this one, I picked the rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. I thought that matched pretty well with that. I think it gives it kind of a nice masculine feel. Whoops. I like to position them around the card so it kind of pulls your eye around the card. Okay, so that's the second one. This last one, we did this particular one, I think was with the New Horizons paper. It's retired. So again, I used it for the workshop, but the other paper that is still around that will look just as beautiful in this card is this one, which is the Meandering Meadows pack. So this one has some beautiful colors and some beautiful landscapes that will also work with this type of a card. So this particular cutout was from the Framed Florets set. If you got that and you own that, that was from Holiday, I believe, last year. But you can create a cutout with a number of different things. Let me show you. Where's my other card? This one I created with this Meandering Meadows paper. And this is the arch cutout from the dies that went with the Fluffiest Friends. There's also one in that garden set that I don't know the name of. Hey, Maria, thanks for joining. And Kathy, hi, Kathy. Just realized you guys were here. But there's another arch die in that garden set that would work just as well. So anything that's going to cut out a nice shape out of the front of your card is going to work really well for this technique of putting that designer series paper behind. Kind of looks like a window. So those are the framed florets and the arch from the Fluffiest Friends. Tonight, however, I wanted to use my brand new dies. Okay, these are my dies that I got it on stage, and I was so excited to use them. So these are the Spotlight on Nature dies. These are going to be in the new catalog that's coming out in May. These are so beautiful. So it's a huge set of dies. I'm using these two that came from this side here, but it's a huge set of dies that are going to be really practical and beautiful on your card fronts. So I'm going to use the second and third one from this side to cut out the little window in my card. All right, so let's get rid of all this stuff that's cruddy. Okay, so you're going to need a card base. Again, this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm using just a basic white, thick cardstock card base. And then I'm using a mat that's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. And this is where I'm going to cut my little window. So what I'm going to do is put these on with some this is low tack artist tape. I believe you can also buy Post-it note tape. And I'm going to hold those together on the front of this card so that it will create a border and a window. Okay, and then we're going to run it through the die cut machine. Can hear everything shaking over here. Okay. And then when we get done with that, we've got our window, and then we've got our little piece that we can put back in to be the border around the middle there. Okay, and then I've got score. I get another little piece that I can use on another card. We'll put that aside and use that later. Okay, so this is going to be our card front. And that one, what we'll do is decide how we want our designer paper to fit in here. What do we want to show in here? So I want a part of the paper that's going to be, showing a lot of the sky. I can't find my card now to show you. Here we go. I wanted to show a lot of the sky because I want the birds to be flying across. So we can position the paper like this, and what we'll do is we'll just run this through our, just cut this with our trimmer. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of that low tack tape right there to hold it where I want it to be. And then I can trim this up with my trimmer. I can get this straight. Nope, 1 second. Before I cut this completely wrong, let me do this over. Because I'll just cry if I don't get it right. All right, let's line this up here. All right, that's better. Now we can get it straight. Okay, so go right about here. And then right about here. And you can see I left a little bit that I can just trim off with my scissors. Now, usually what I would do is just cut it a little bit smaller. Okay. All right, so let's take that off. Let's get this glued on. We're going to use this as our window. We're going to put some glue on here. Oh, I should have stamped this first. All right, well, we're going to wing it now. Note to self, stamp first. All right, let's get this lined up again. Okay, as long as your horizon looks straight, it doesn't matter if it's a little off. And then what you're going to do is just trim your edges here. And then we're going to wing it with the stamping. So everybody, fingers crossed. Okay. All right, so we want our little flying birds again. And this time I'm going to stamp them in boho blue, because I think this is boho blue in the horizon there. So we're going to do our ducks in the front here. Ooh, that was very juicy. And then up here, can you tell I haven't used this stamp pad for a while? I haven't used it a lot. Okay, and then we're going to go here with the ducks. Okay, then we want our sentiment, which is going to be new day, new adventure. And we're going to get that stamped right at the bottom here. Straight, hopefully. Oh. And then we cry. Okay, so hang on. Let's fix it. All right, that's what we're going to do. We're winging it, and we're making a new style card. Okay, so we're going to stamp this again. Let's try it first. There we go. There we go. All right, then what I'm going to do is pop that up. I don't really want to cover my duck. I'm going to make it hang off a little. Okay, we're going to pop that up on some dimensionals. I have dimensionals everywhere. No, it's not going to work. Use that one. So we're going to go here. All right. So I'm going to get that on here. Great. And then I'm going to trim this off. Just like that. And this is going to need a little dimensional under here. So we're going to just stick one under there. There, so that will stay down. Okay, what do you think? Did we save it? And we can get that on here. Good thing I saved that little piece. It came in handy. All right, then we're gonna stick this on to the front. Lorraine, you did it. Ah, yep, no mistakes, just opportunities. No one would ever know. Okay, then we've got some boho. Actually, I think it looks pretty nice. Oh my God, you know what I forgot? Because I got so crazy about that. I forgot the little piece that goes inside. Can I fix it too? Oh, this is where the take your pick tool comes in very, very handy. All right, let's see if we can do it. Raise this up. I'm sweating now, you guys, just so you know. If I can get this off without making it totally bent. So what I'm doing is using my spatula to go under my dimensionals and just pry them back up without bending my little paper plate piece here too much. There we go. Okay, take 2 or take 3. All right, let's see if we can do this. Now we're going to get dimensionals on here. All right, but they have to be really tiny. So what we're going to do is use like a half of a dimensional. You can see I've already cut some in half. And we'll go around. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, let's take off the little backs. And fit that in there. There we go. And this guy has to come back and he's going to need some new dimensionals now. Because those aren't sticky anymore. There we go. Ta-da! It's nothing short of a miracle at this point. Okay. Lorraine. Oh, you're a good cheerleader. Thank you, Lorraine. Okay, so we're going to go back to our take your pick tool and get some blings. So these are the boho blue. Adhesive back solid gems are these guys. And I love this boho blue color. So this comes in 3 different sizes. So I like the little teeny ones. Let's go over here. There. Ah, phew. All right. Actually, that came out pretty cute. I like it. What do you think? All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging in there and and cheering me on. Where's my last one I did? Here we go. Cheering me on while I made a boo-boo there. Ah, okay. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight and helping me with the moral support. Thanks, Martha. Ah, so if you enjoyed watching tonight, make sure you come back again next Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I never know until like almost the last minute. Whatever inspires me that I've been working on for that week. So, for more inspiration, you can visit my blog or sign up for my email on my website. So it's thismustbeinc.com. And of course, you can message me if you have any questions, or I can help you in any way make some cards or creative projects. I'm always happy to do that as well. Okay, so that's it. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Thanks again for joining, and stay crafty, my friends.